Roy Ayers, the Godfather of Neo-Soul. Roy Ayers, born on September 10, 1940 to March 4, 2025, was an American vibraphonist, composer, and record producer whose career spanned over 6 decades. He played a pivotal role in shaping jazz funk and acid jazz, influencing multiple generations of musicians. Dubbed the Godfather of Neo-Soul, Ayers blended jazz, funk, and soul into a unique sound that resonated with audiences worldwide. He is best remembered for his timeless compositions such as Everybody Loves the Sunshine, Lifeline, and No Stranger to Love. His work was widely sampled in hip-hop, cementing his legacy as one of the most influential artists in contemporary music. Roy Ayers was born on September 10, 1940, in Los Angeles, California, into a musically inclined family. His father was a trombonist, while his mother played the piano, ensuring that music was an integral part of his upbringing. Growing up in South Park, later South Central, an area known for its vibrant black music scene, Ayers was exposed to jazz from an early age. When he was 5 years old, legendary vibraphonist Lionel Hampton gifted him his first set of vibraphone mallets, setting him on the path to becoming a master of the instrument. As a student at Thomas Jefferson High School, a school known for producing jazz greats like Dexter Gordon, Ayers honed his musical skills. He sang in the church choir and formed a band called the Latin Lyrics, where he played steel guitar and piano. These formative years fueled his passion for jazz and set the stage for his professional career. Ayers began recording professionally in 1962 as a bebop sideman. His debut album, West Coast Vibes, was released in 1963 and featured collaborations with saxophonist Curtis Amy. Though initially immersed in post-bop jazz, his style evolved over time. A turning point came in 1966 when he joined flautist Herbie Mann's band, gaining exposure and experience that propelled him to the forefront of the jazz scene. By the early 1970s, Ayers had formed his own band, Roy Ayers Ubiquity. He chose the name Ubiquity to signify being everywhere at the same time, a reflection of his broad musical influences. During this period, he pioneered jazz funk, a genre blending jazz harmonies with the rhythmic intensity of funk. This innovation positioned Ayers as a leading figure in the evolution of contemporary jazz. Ayers' breakthrough came with the release of the 1973 soundtrack for Coffee, a blaxploitation film starring Pam Grier. The success of this score showcased his ability to create music that was both socially relevant and musically rich. Around the same time, he began shifting towards an R&B-influenced sound, as evidenced in Mystic Voyage, 1975, which featured underground disco hits like Brother Green, the Disco King. In 1976, Ayers released one of his most iconic albums, Everybody Loves the Sunshine. The title track became an enduring anthem of positivity and optimism, earning a permanent place in jazz and R&B history. His hit Running Away in 1977 further solidified his status as a mainstream success. In 1979, Ayers expanded his musical reach by collaborating with Afrobeat legend Fela Kuti during a 6-week tour of Nigeria. The result of this partnership was Music of Many Colors, an album that fused jazz with the pulsating rhythms of African music. Ayers' work with Kuti reflected his deep appreciation for African culture and broadened his global appeal. Throughout the 1980s, Ayers continued experimenting with different genres. He produced Sylvia Striplin's Give Me Your Love and released Africa, Center of the World, 1981, further exploring African musical influences. His 1984 album In the Dark, produced by bassist Stanley Clarke, incorporated the Lindrum, an innovative drum machine widely used in pop and jazz funk music at the time. His influence extended beyond jazz and R&B. In 1988, he performed a vibraphone solo on John Jellybean Benitez's production of Whitney Houston's Love Will Save the Day. His music remained popular among dance and club audiences, particularly in the UK, where BBC Radio 1 DJ Robbie Vincent promoted his work extensively. As hip-hop grew in popularity, Ayers became one of the most sampled artists in the genre. His lush, soulful grooves provided the perfect backdrop for rap artists. In 1993, he collaborated with Guru on Jazzmatazz Volume 1, contributing vibraphone to the track Take a Look at Yourself. He also appeared on the Red Hot organization's Stolen Moments, Red Hot Plus Cool, an album aimed at raising AIDS awareness in the African American community. The 2000s saw Ayers delving into house music, collaborating with producers such as Masters at Work and Kerry Chandler. His classic recordings remained in high demand, prompting the 2004 release of Virgin Ubiquity, Unreleased Recordings 1976 to 1981, a collection of previously unheard tracks from his Polydor years. Ayers continued performing well into his 80s, playing live shows around the world, including in Japan, Australia, and Europe. In 2008, he lent his voice to the fictitious radio station Fusion FM in the video game Grand Theft Auto 4, introducing his music to a new generation of listeners. In 2015, he collaborated with Tyler, the creator on the track Find Your Wings from the album Cherry Bomb, demonstrating his continued relevance in contemporary music. Ayers married his wife, Ardiri, in the early 1970s, and together they had 3 children. He also had a son, Ryder Nabil Ayers, from a previous relationship. His daughter Ayana managed his affairs in his later years. After a long illness, Roy Ayers passed away on March 4, 2025, in New York City at the age of 84. Ayers' impact on music is immeasurable. His contributions to jazz funk and neo-soul earned him the Congress of Racial Equality Lifetime Achievement Award. A documentary, The Roy Ayers Project, later rebranded as Roy Ayers Connection, chronicled his influence on modern music, featuring interviews with artists who sampled his work. Pharrell Williams, among others, cited Ayers as one of his musical heroes. Roy Ayers' legacy transcends generations. His ability to seamlessly blend jazz, funk, and soul created a sound that remains influential today. Whether through his original compositions, his collaborations with international artists, or the countless samples of his music in hip-hop, his impact is undeniable. From jazz clubs to dance floors, Ayers' music continues to bring joy and inspiration to audiences worldwide, proving that indeed, everybody loves the sunshine. In conclusion, Roy Ayers had an estimated revenue of $10 million during the time of his demise. He accumulated this sum of money from his business ventures and his career. With that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this.